Hey, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of Full of Fail Army. I am your loving host personality, Elliot Rad Rogers. Oh, whoop, whoop, in the house, all that stuff, yes. Okay, so we are here for your bite-sized news update for November 3rd, 2020. And if you have not voted yet, make sure you go ahead and do all that stuff. Make sure you post that sticker. For some reason, everyone posts that sticker. I voted, like it's a badge or something. Anyway, so here we go. Oh, by the way, if you like what you see, please hit that like and subscribe button. It's right down there on the bottom. It helps us, and we'll be able to bring more stuff to you because we know that you actually like it. So thank you for those of you who have been with us from the start, and thank you for those of you who are bearing with us right now as we try to make things better. Hey, okay, we're going to get into some of this news thingy thing that we do. So, first on our docket, it's a mix of both console and VR. That's right, worlds colliding. VentureBeat announced the other day that there's going to be a series of panels on November 11th, starting with next generation of VR games. And you'll never guess who is actually, clawing at the prospect to get in on this panel to speak at it. None other than Mortal Kombat co-creator Ed Boon is to be featured on the Oculus panel about next-generation VR games. That's pretty awesome, if you ask me. Well, besides the fact that Oculus and VentureBeat are hosting a series of panels together isn't very surprising, but the inclusion of Mr. Boon on the debut panel about the next generation of games, presumably VR in particular, is quite awesome. Honestly, he's really not. Maybe he has shown interest in the VR world, but nobody cared to listen, or maybe he was just holding off until maybe the technology was there. Whatever. When you consider Mr. Boon's work in the field, primarily in the fighting game realm as co-creator of Mortal Kombat and Injustice, it's awesome just to imagine what he might want to work on, or some of the possibilities floating around in his head. Maybe he has an idea for a Mortal Kombat VR type game. Could you imagine that? How would you do a fatality, doing VR? Like, you actually have to pull in and rip out someone's spine. I'm cool with that. It's all going to be doing it imaginary in air, but just I really want to see what he has to say. So, some VR news, and not looking well for Quest 2 Elite Strap users. That's right. Facebook and Oculus have seemed to be doing with a lot of Quest 2 Elite straps snapping off. The Reddit forums are awash with people complaining. For example, posted by T-Tau Gaming. Another broken Elite strap only 4 days after careful use. And that picture is just, oh my gosh, especially for what you have to pay for one of these things.
Oh my god!
So because of this, and this has been ongoing, this is not like it just cropped up, this is about over a week's worth of people complaining now. Oculus actually paused the shipments, the Elite Strap shipments, because of this. So someone wasn't doing their testing, or they went for the cheaper version of the materials they were looking for, just to save money. And now look, you're going to be paying more money. Yeah, whoever was in charge of that decision needs to get, just your shit stomped, seriously. So what's happening is, as of yet, the following reports of faulty Oculus Quest 2 Elite straps snapping in half. Facebook has begun cancelling shipments in order to investigate quality reports. They're just now investigating the quality, by the way. It was an afterthought. We didn't care the quality of it, we just wanted your money.
Oh my
and
god, yes!
That actually sounds exactly like Facebook's MO. Looking at you, Zuck. Hey, okay, so next item on our docket, we're going right into the wonderful world of Dungeons and Dragons. If you love D&D as much as I did when I was growing up with no friends, but let me paraphrase that. Actually, let me correct that. Paraphrase is a bad word. I had friends, but they were all very drastically out of my age bracket. I was hanging out, when I was a lad, I was hanging out with mature adults, and we were playing games. Yes, we were. Both video and pen and paper. And what we played the hell out of was Dungeons and Dragons. My friend Clint, I will never forget playing in his basement after we got off work at Blockbuster Video. Yes, that's how old I am. Yeah, I went there. Anyway, so Long before the internet, mobile devices, VR, AR, and all you Fortnite people, gamers would gather in bedrooms, basements, living rooms, garages, and immerse themselves in fantasy worlds using a 20-sided die. Yeah. Each game or campaign could last for days, I mean weeks possibly, depending on how good the campaign was and, of course, your dungeon master or keeper. Now, get ready to jump out of your skin because there's an upcoming multiplayer RPG called Legends and Lore, but it's basically in VR, and it enhances it. It's currently available backing via Kickstarter, and it's very ambitious, and it has a lot of stuff to offer, and I know I'm going to be ponying up some cash for this. And of course, like most role-playing adventure games, we'll start by choosing a primary role with a group, and then of course in this game you can manipulate and direct the campaign as the game master, or of course participate in pre-designated adventures. But as Game Master, of course, your responsibility is to weave the fantastic story filled with fascinating encounters and whatever else crops up in your dark corners of your mind. Daring rescue operations, chaotic battles, enticing quests, and familiar faces. It's all fun. It's all supposed to be fun. Basically, the game is delivered through VR and desktop, but you'll be able to customize your experience by using the game's tool and create the look of your character. There are 4 types of character, archetypes, and of course this is all just at the start. Of course there's going to be more. The game has everything you expect from a classic RPG, such as, of course, the 20-sided die, skill checks, magic spells, an inventory, weapon sheets, perks, skill sets, but because you're in VR, the game gives you the ability to do all this using, what's in your HUD instead of on pen and paper. Things you couldn't normally do in a real-world RPG, such as battle enemies using real-world movements as well, instead of just saying, I threw a dagger, roll a dice, head cleaved, awesome, move on. Now you actually have to throw the dagger, but yes, there might still be a tertiary, die roll. Legends and Lore merges the traditional RPG with VR action that you'd see in games such as Skyrim VR, or, what was it, Shadow of Valhalla. If you ever played that game, you know what I'm talking about. This is pretty interesting, and it hopefully does well. Check out its Kickstarter. It's called Legends and Lore, and it's hopefully going to complete its campaign by March 2021. Okay, so the last item on our docket, we're going to be talking about more, of course, VR. However, this is very interesting because we're talking about a MOBA in VR. You might have heard of, what was it, Cradle of Sins. Cradle of Sins, yes, that's right. It had a very bad Kickstarter campaign in 2019. However, this has not stopped the British developer U24 Solutions from continuing the project. There is an incoming beta release, and the studio has announced a charity tournament to showcase the video game with some big names on board. We're talking like Steve Aoki, Headhunters, and many more. They are calling this event Beat and Battle, and the VR tournament will be a live stream event where 8 teams will compete for a prize pool of $25,000 US. Each team's winnings going to a charity of their choice. For instance, first place will receive $15,000, second will agree $5,000, third $3,000, and the rest $400 each, all going to their charity. Teams will be made up of 3 players apiece, with Team Crystal being made up of superstar DJ Steve Aoki, Twitch streamer XQC, and pro VR player Pesky Cashew. My fave. Other big names include other DJ, Headhunters, Twitch star Soda Poppin' and Loser Fruit, and of course YouTubers like Project Jamesify and The Lonely Viper. This also isn't just a closed-off event either. 6 of the teams have an open spot for any other VR player who can get through the qualifying matches. These also opened today or yesterday by joining the Cradle of Sins Discord community. 2,000 beta keys are offered for you to compete in at least 8 tournament matches to submit your 8 best scores. And of course there's more details on the Cradle of Sins website. This is sounds very ambitious. I don't know what they laid to get these people on, if anything at all, or they're just fans of the game, the genre, or just locals. Who knows? This is actually a very cool thing to do. I highly like it, and I really hope some really good charities are fortunate after this event, but you can definitely tell I will be watching as well. So that ends our Fall or Fail update, bite-sized news update for November 3rd, 2020. Thank you for joining us again. If you do like what you see, please like, at least, at the very least, but most importantly, hit that subscribe button. We would like to grow, and we know we can grow if people subscribe, so that way we're not feeling like we're just talking to the wind. We're going to talk to the wind anyway, we're doing it right now, and we do it rather well, but we would like to help you. Drop us a comment if you want to know more information, if you want to know about something we haven't covered. Hit us up. That's why we're here. Eh? Be safe. Oh, vote!